Good evening. Good evening. It's afternoon here. So, yes. Hello, and welcome to the stream. All right. Before we get into our live stream today, I want to thank today's sponsor for today's video for this auto BJ thruster, which you can find on the Amazon link in the description box below. Watch until the end because I will have a 20% off discount, which you can apply off your purchase today. You can use your imagination while using it. The fun part is watching this window right here. This part comes off. You can imagine what's over there on that end, or you can check out, like I said, that link. There are Oh, I have the milk white sleeve color, and the whole point of it is to watch you edge, or at least see if you can last. There are 6 thrusting modes as well as 7 vibrating modes, which you can mix and match to create your favorite combination. There are modes that stimulate intensely and then stop for a few seconds, delaying you from what you want the most and making you, I don't know, your mouth water, I guess. It makes you stay rigid longer, like a real BJ. All you have to do is open the lid, pour some of your favorite water-based lube in here, and the TPE material has soft bumps and nubs that will provide a great massage. And since the material is so soft, it can literally fit all lengths and girths. There is a leading screw that's built directly into the motor, making it an economically compact design with maximum stroking distance. This tunnel will surround you from all angles, and you will literally be in a whirlwind of sensations at your selected speeds and intensity. To clean, the sleeve is removable and pops out of the cylinder so that you can wash it with mild soap and air dry after you've had your fun. It is also rechargeable with this magnetic USB cable, which you can plug into any device with power. I'm just going to turn it on really quick to show you how it works. If it turns on. Okay. All right, you get the point. So thank you to today's sponsor. If you use my code Miss Mara, MASSMARA, you get 20% off of that. So go check that out after this live stream. All right. Also tag me on Twitter at Maradomina so that I can see you use it. By the way, everybody, I am back on Twitter at Maradomina, so go ahead and follow me again there. All right, I'm going to read your chats. Florentine says, hello from France, Mistress Mara. Hello. Byron says, hey, Princess Mara, I can't describe how beautiful and glamorous you look, especially with long gloves. Thanks. Not wearing them right now, but somebody can tip me so that I can put them on for all of you. Sophia says, when you suspend your sub, what do I do with them? If it was me choosing, tickle torture and nip torture. Jungle Climber says, hi, mistress, smiley face, hello. Hatim says, Namasta, sister. Never heard of Namasta, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of close to Namaste, maybe. Graham says, hoping you are well, mistress with a red heart. Red heart to you too. Francesco says, I'm happy with all of your wonderful videos. You are the queen, smiley face. Thanks. He also says, wow, beautiful sounds. Liam says, are you in love? Aren't we all in love every single day? We're in love with something, whether it's a family member or a pet or a friend or my wonderful subs. What's great about love is that there are different types of love, and you can choose which ones you give and which ones, well, you can't really choose which ones you receive, but you can influence that. Hatim says, hello from Dubai. Ooh, very nice. Hello. Liam says, if you're wearing a bodysuit, what are they really body length gloves or body length boots or socks? Huh. I guess I've never thought of it that way. I guess it also depends on the length of those boots, because I've seen boots that go almost all the way to the crotch and then they like fan out. So I don't know. I'm in love with salmon. I'm in love with sushi. Byron says, Mara, I can't describe how elegant and silky your hair is. Perfect for a glowing and glamorous princess like you. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know why, but I got this swoop today. It's like a natural swoop. I kind of dig it though, so I'm gonna leave it there. Soul Acoustic says, doing a beautiful drawing of you in sexy thigh-high heeled tap shoes and your big, lovely soles. You will see it soon. Okay. Thank you. Liam says, raw salmon, the enemy of taste. At least smoke it. Nah. I like sashimi, so sashimi grade with a little bit of ponzu sauce is perfect. Hatim says, I'm in love with KFC. I mean, fried chicken is pretty good. Have you ever had Korean fried chicken? Because those guys know how to do fried chicken really well. Nardinko says, hey, we missed you. Aw, I missed you guys too. I know it's been a weird and like crazy couple of weeks. The first month of this year was nuts. Like, it was super, super crazy. As you guys have seen from my social media, my community tab, like every weekend was booked, sometimes multiple times. And then this month, what did I do? I had more personal events to do and to attend to. But yeah, next month is going to be kind of busy too, so looking forward to that. Liam says, I'm not a fish or a bird. I'm a great ape. I'll cook mine. I don't know if apes cook, but you know, you're evolved enough that you can, I guess, do that if you wish. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? I know it's kind of low. Sometimes, I don't know. It's not as important. It's the vibe. Fits the vibe. All right. Francesco says, I hope that soon I'll make a video completely in a leather dress outfit and even boots. Yeah, if it was sponsored by a leather company, I'd be happy to do that. Liam said, or if a sub also gifts me a full leather outfit as well. Liam says, I recently made katsu sando, fried chicken with cabbage and sauce on bread. Yes, I've had katsu sando. It's surprisingly not my favorite because I love katsudon, which is the fried pork cutlet over rice. And I really love that. However, when I tried it, it was only okay, and it was fresh too, so I don't know what the deal is. It just wasn't my jam. Graham says all of this talk of food is making me hungry. I'm not. I ate recently, so I'm okay. But yes. Byron says, Mara, if you were to start an art museum, what would you see? Just curious. Ooh, I have a really good one. There's an artist who 3D rendered a marble version of, what is it? This bust of a girl, and there's a thumb going into her mouth, and so she has like a very submissive look on her. My pup sent that to me, and I think that'd be great to mix like a bunch of classical artwork or like classical styles mixed with that kind of modern, you know, kinky dynamic. So, let's see. Swagnick says, hi, ma'am. Hello. Soul Acoustic says, do you like your soft, lovely feet to be worshipped by another beautiful woman? Yes, of course. As long as we have like a connection and they're also into feet, yes, 100%. Francesca says, thank you. Smiley face. Graham says, yes, the music is perfectly audible, ma'am. Wonderful. Is it Le Mode? Matlice? Says, hello, Mistress Mara. Hello. Swagnick says, how are you? I'm doing well, actually. It's been, I was speaking of a whirlwind earlier with the sponsored toy, but yeah, it's been a whirlwind for me too. Things are still kind of crazy in the world right now, and yeah, just trying to take everything day by day, I suppose. How are all of you? Liam says, I don't know if they exist, but do fashion show like things exist for BDSM? Like you see some dom walking in a fancy or a weird fashionable outfit and then some subs roped up. I do know that Jean-Paul Gaultier, French couture designer, used to do a lot of like bondage, like straps and stuff hanging from his clothes, and a lot of plaid. Him and like Vivienne Westwood both kind of like, well, she overlapped in the punk scene, and then because she's from the UK, or like based off her designs from that kind of community. And then Jean, he just kind of had like this idea of, I feel like he's the original alternative fashion for like high fashion. So I think there are elements that people have taken and inspirations that have evolved their own fashion lines, and I think that's pretty cool. Another one is more recently this graduate who, I don't remember which fashion school he graduated from, but his thesis went viral. It was one where it was like an inflated latex balloon, and these like models would walk down and they would deflate into dresses. So it looked like a huge balloon, like rubber balloon cocoon, and then as they were walking, they would just let go and have their arms above their head, and then it would just like, you know, all the air would let out and they would just continue walking as it became a dress or something. So I feel like, yes, there are things that are in fashion, especially like with celebrities these days. Like a lot of them are overlapping with that kind of fashion too. Like harnesses are really big now. So chokers are a huge fashion statement. They kind of were in the 90s, but they're coming back and they're being very much like D-rings and O-rings and stuff like that for fashion. sake. So Liana says, Miss Mara, is it possible to buy a custom video? Yes, you can go onto my ManyVids, or if you would like, if you don't see anything on there, just email me, mara@dominamara.org, and we can go from there. Swagnick says, I tried calling you on Instagram. Yeah, I don't look at my DMs on there. I don't look at any of my DMs. If somebody wants to contact me, they usually contact me through, you know, the proper channels, which is my website, and they make a reservation, even if it's, if it's for a session or custom or whatever. That's the best way and fastest way to get my response. Jungle Climber says, or asks, when are you going to stretch your sub on here again, lol? We can do that the next live stream. I know it's a popular one. It's a popular topic. Hatim asks, are you vaccinated? Yes, I am. I'm fully vaxxed. Been fully vaxxed for almost a year. Liam says, have you seen that designer that makes like plated gold outfit? I've seen that thing that became a dress. Yeah, no, I don't. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific with plated gold things. There's a lot of gold outfits out there in the world. I saw some of those rapper and random American famous people with almost BDSM-like outfits. Yeah. And then there's also that event called the Met Gala, which, you know, obviously is another celebrity thing, and a bunch of high-end couture designers either work with the artist, or they work, or actress and actors, or they collaborate, or they pitch it to them and say, hey, I see you in this, I would love for you to wear this, and, you know, they pay them lots of money. Graham says, Westwood had a Carnaby street shop during the mid to late 70s, as I recall. Carnaby Street is remarkably small when you visit it. Yeah, I don't know what country I was in. I don't know if it was Italy. I almost want to say it was. Where we walked into this like gallery, and unbeknownst to us, it was like a random walk-in, and it was a free gallery, and they had Vivienne Westwood prints and like the punk scene that inspired her all over the walls, and I was like, whoa, this is really cool. So we got to learn. That's how I learned a little bit more about her, because I've seen her stuff before in magazines, and like Japan has had a huge like following of hers for a really long time, in like the early 2000s, I believe. Even in the 90s, they were wearing a lot of plaid and a lot of like her inspired outfits, if not her outfits. So yeah. Liana says, thank you, Mr. Smara. Are you going to make some video ASMR? What ASMR would you like to see that I won't be restricted on? It has to be really generic, unfortunately. Francesca says, all of your years of experience as the Dom, which one did you like the most particular episode? What new adventures would you like to do and you have in mind? Those are great questions. I love questions like these. So thank you for asking them. In all of my years, I guess, do you mean like the session, or do you mean like the travel trip? Because right now, I would say my travels to like Greece, Sweden, and Denmark, that whole trip was like kind of blows everything out of the water. And then what new adventures would I like to do and I have in mind? I would love to travel internationally again and play with other mistresses there and collaborate with them. So that's kind of the thing. And as you guys have seen from my travel tours, I like to see as many things as I can wherever I go. So it's never a boring moment or a dull moment. Okay. Liam says, I don't saw some video where a model was in an outfit where plates were stuck to her body in a mosaic way and they looked gold. Probably aren't, though. Then no, I haven't seen that one, but sounds cool. Sounds heavy. Byron says, Mara, how long does it take to edit your glamorous videos? Which ones? If you're talking about a, sponsored video, not long. I kind of have a rhythm of, what I want to do with those, and I keep the time limit, manageable. But if you're talking about my short films, that can take between hours or a couple days. I've been editing for a really long time. I've been doing film for a while, so it's pretty streamlined for me. Liam says, I can't find the video anywhere. Also, I don't know what happened with the spelling there. I can imagine. Francesco says, submission, ball bust, and humiliation with the subs. Here's what I mean. And in addition, would you do it again? Of course I would do it again. Why would I just do it once? Then I wouldn't have a job. One more time, just for curiosity. Yeah, that's a silly question. Of course I would do it as many times as I pleased. But yeah, I like nip and ball torture, so. As well as mixing in some tease and denial there. Let's see. Soul Acoustics is asking, have you ever heard of the late, great photographer named Elmer Batters? He would have loved to photograph you. Yeah, I looked up some of his stuff, and very, very vintage vibes, which could have been really cool. Yeah, I love collaborating with people who actually already have a fetish, because they see angles and they know how to position, people to accentuate certain aspects that they see, versus somebody who, doesn't really have an affinity for those things. Hello. Okay, let's see. Liam says, it's probably linked with why I haven't been on any of your other streams. Wait, why? Swagnet says, you must travel to India. We have many adventure trips. Yeah, eventually. India is on my list. Randman says, I like Ball Torture 2. Very nice. Fan 123654789 says, what's your view on chastity? Should all subs be locked? Yes. Yes, they should. I'm totally into O denial, so, and I like, obviously, being in control of when people release. If you don't know, I also have my own chastity collection in collaboration with Oxy Shop, so go check that out. I have a whole video on every single toy that is in that collection, and my link is also there, as well as a discount code, so go find that after this. It's called Lady Mara's Dragon Queen Collection. Liam says, my fetish shall probably never be fulfilled. Well, if you keep thinking that way, it won't. Francesco says, thank you for your answer. You're welcome. Liam says, lately I've been mentally unstable. It affects my watch times of streams, but also my spelling. Well, I hope you feel better soon. Arakis94 asks, any reference to Bad Dragon? No, my Dragon Queen collection is actually in reference to Game of Thrones. You know, as a play on like Mother of Dragons, but you'll see if you go to my YouTube page and you look up the Chastity collection that I just mentioned. So, but speaking of the Bad Dragon toys, I just recently also posted a video review on Big Shocked, and they have a bunch of different fantasy toys, so go check that out as well. I also have a coupon code on there if you watch all the way to the end. It's based on like mythological creatures, and like they even have animal sections too, so not just dragons, but unicorns and elves, etc. as well. A fan says, oh, thanks for the info. I'll look into your chastity devices. I'm currently locked in a kink 3D. I'm unfamiliar with that one, but I like that you're locked. Swagneck is asking, don't you think subs should have some freedom? They have the freedom to choose their mistress, but after that, it's kind of up to the mistress, don't you think, if they're there for actual submission? Liam says, I want to be pushed against the wall by someone taller than me, at least a head taller, but I'm 6'1", and I've only met 2 ladies that are tall enough for that. Oh, well, you're not looking in the right place, because there are some Amazonians over here in the Americas. So, Roundman says, hey, Mara, nice sweater. Thanks. David says, hello, Mistress Mara. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. How are you? Nardinko says, do your subs get to orally serve you? Sorry if it's an inappropriate question. You can, of course, skip it if you're not comfortable with it. No, they do not. So I make it extremely clear on my website and in emails if I ever get that, you know, question. And it is asked quite often. And the answer is no, I do not. I do not receive penetration or oral. Nor do I give it. I am not an escort. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't do it. Liam says, I'm getting ever closer to finding the right chastity, so I'll check out your thing. So maybe I'll find the right one in there. If ever, you'll have a really, really beautiful pieces. But yes, I'm pretty sure there's things in my collection that are adjustable. So I chose them specifically because of that. Hatim says, what do you think of Japanese bondage? If you're talking about rope, you should go check out my latest performance because I did that on stage recently in January, and I'll be doing it again in March. So yes, go check out Nocturnal and also Not Safe for Work Film Festival, which is where I did a demo on somebody who's never been tied before. Randman is asking, you like medieval? I do, because that's kind of where all the OG like torture devices kind of came from. People were really creative in the Middle Ages. Marcus asks, hey, you okay? Long time no see. You remember me? Hello. I know it's been a while. I feel like there's just been a lot of things that are happening, and I try to pop on when I can, but sometimes it's hard, or I'm traveling, or I have multiple product reviews that I have to get out at a certain time in a scheduled manner. Actually, I have a question for you all, and I'll probably make a poll of this, so go check that out on my community tab later on. But do you guys think that if I have multiple videos ready that I should go back to Wednesday and Saturday again for posting? Or should I post like Wednesday during the middle of the week and then live stream on Saturday? Like, what is the vibe? Because sometimes on Saturdays I can't live stream, so I like try to schedule it so that I have a video instead, so at least I can premiere it with you guys. So Fan says, it's a 3D printed device. It's very comfortable. I wear it 24/7 for the last couple of months, except for cleaning. Oh, nice. Does it have a specific shape, or is it kind of like a classic device design? Also, what color is it? Liam said, oh, and is it custom to you? Liam says, well, I hoped some Dutch girl would pop up since we are so tall here. But with the big C, I'm not traveling. Yeah. Yeah, I would think any Scandinavian country would have very tall people. Men and women both alike. Swagnix asks, what's the fun to be in Chastity? Can you explain it? Yes, if you go to my, what is it? Do I have another video on this? Honestly, it's what I said earlier. It's about control and power and tease and denial. It's literally up to the mistress for them to say whether or not you were able to get out of that cage or stay in it and be tortured. Liam's asking, where can I find the collection? Go to my, this is the last time I'm going to say it, everybody. Go to my videos and search for Lady Mara's Dragon Queen collection. And then if you don't remember what it is, you can always rewatch this live stream later. Francesco says, I like it so much when you spank people with those kinds of big brushes there. That you can also hear the echo. It's so funny. Tongue out face. Liam says, medieval people are the original kingsters, which burnings were probably messed up, rope and candle play. Yeah, that's not cool. The witch trials were a way to really hide the insecurities and fears of men and other insecure women too. It was like it was a sick blame game. Randman says, it's okay, no one remembers Marcus. He's used to it by now. Well, that's mean. I would like Marcus to come back. So if you come back to my live streams, I'll surely remember you because I remember a lot of my regulars here. David says, I'm just at home watching a movie. Very nice. What movie? Adam says, adjustable chastity devices are a good thing. I've been looking myself, being very new to it. Yes, check out my collection. Francesca says, exactly what are they called? Not sure what you're asking. What are what called? Swagnick says, anytime. Francesca says, 2nd March will be my birthday. Can you do a special live for me on there on YouTube, please? So I have a set schedule, and anything that any of my viewers would want me to do special for them, they can tribute me for that. And you can do that by contacting me on my website, dominamara.com. Fan says, it's an open design which helps for cleaning, but once a week I take it off for proper cleaning. It's black, and no, it's not custom made for me. I think it originates from Reddit. Reddit? I didn't know Reddit had... I guess you can post, you know, whatever links you find on there, so... Huh, interesting. Good to know, good to know. Nardinko says, I love being in chastity. Good boy. Randman is asking, hey, what is that music? It's free music. It's kind of like a lo-fi song that I'm just playing on repeat. It's from an album called Rain, and the song is Daydreaming by Stream Beats. Liam says, I'll remember it now. David says, watching Daredevil. Wait, isn't that a TV show? Or is there a movie too? I don't know. Tang Min Lun, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, says, how you doing, Divine Mistress? I'm doing well. Welcome to the stream. Fan says, I love being locked. It's a constant reminder that I'm owned by my mistress. Yes, indeed. Swagnick says, I want to be in chastity. You should. I have a whole chastity program on my dominamara.com website. Go check that out. Ivan says, hi. Hello. Fan says, plus getting pegged while being locked is awesome. I like your style. David says, sorry, I'm having problem with the system and Wi-Fi. I'll be back in a moment. Right on. Let's see. Francesco says, thank you again. Tangman Lun says, I watched your videos on PH. I loved it. I can't show that comment on here, but thank you. I appreciate it. Keep watching. Randman says, if you lived in medieval times, would you own a dragon or slay one? I would slay one. It depends on how aggressive it is towards me. I would have to see, and if it can talk. Because in some folklore, some dragons can talk and negotiate. They like, you know, they're very sly creatures. So you'd have to be careful. And I don't like to be watched. I don't like watching my back all the time. So it would have to be worth the while to negotiate with a dragon or own one. I feel like if I owned one from birth, there may be a way for it to be loyal to me, but it's, you know, all hypothetical. Francesca says, you are my queen forever. Oh, very kind. Soul Acoustic says, the music is nice. Thanks. Yeah, it fits my mood right now. Um, Francesca says, I love you, Mistress Mara. Kissy face. Yay. All right, so Badgen asks, what is the stream about? I don't know. There's kind of a running live chat that I have on YouTube as well, and so I'm kind of going through the comments. We just talked about dragons and music, so that's a thing. Randman says, Daredevil is a movie and a show, and he's a superhero based on me. Sure. Liam says, I tried a dilator. It was odd. Ugh. I've had that used when I went to the OBGYN. I'm not a fan of it. It's like, you know, the speculum or whatever it's called. The medical thing that says open wide. Yeah. Randman says, right on, sister. Soul Acoustic says, I have some ASMR high heel tapping videos on YouTube, which are very popular. Good for you. That's not my thing. Thangmin Lun says, I love your Lunar New Year Bowl video on YouTube. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was for, obviously, last year. No, or was it, 2020s? Or was it last year? Oh my God. See, look at this. Time is not kind. oh no, was it 2020? No, that was the year of the rat. So it was 2021. Man, this is bad. Yep. 2021 was the year of the bull. That was last year. Okay. But thank you. That was fun. And the model was fun too. He was great. Adam says, your chastity training program looks very interesting. I'm intrigued, particularly since you strike me as a highly intelligent and trustworthy. That is so important. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's also structured so that it's kind of custom to like the person's experience level and what they're comfortable with and the boundaries they want to push, while also keeping it kind of like a game. So I spent a long time curating that together. But I agree with you. Trust and, and knowledge is very powerful, and it's necessary for the kink world. Soul Acoustic says, can I post my drawing to your Instagram or your email? You can send it to me through email first. If you have Google Drive and want to upload it there and send me a link, that's probably best. And then I can approve whether or not it goes online. Fan says, when you do sessions with someone, do you require them to be locked? I don't require it, but a lot of them ask to be locked up in session, especially my sissies, which are great because they it's really funny. They can't necessarily fit into like a standard locked device. They're either too big or too small, and they always like the measurements that guys think that they are always inaccurate, because I'm like, what are you when you're flaccid? Because I need to know that. But then it's also difficult because like when we do session, and they get excited, then measurements are off again too. So Liana is asking, what is your favorite gloves for session? It really depends on the person. Like if I know that they're into long gloves, say like, Byron or Southie, then obviously I'll choose, you know, my long gloves. And it also depends on what I'm wearing because I like things to match. And so if I have, you know, a bodysuit, let's say, that is sleeveless, then I'll choose, you know, opera gloves. But if it's, you know, cold outside and I already have long sleeves on, sometimes the opera gloves won't fit over my, you know, whatever it is I'm wearing. So I have to take all of these things into consideration. And it also depends on my mood. But I have ones that I have gloves that I play with often, so I'll usually default to those because they're already a good length and they're already like worn in. So those are the things I think of. Swagnick says, I have signed up in your website. What to do next? For what? If you want a session, then you have to go to the RSVP form and complete that. Or if you want a custom video, that's the same thing. Liam says, wait, isn't the dilator the thing used in man's private parts? I heard it being called a plug, but not sure that's the name. Yeah, so I think a dilator is something that like is similar to a speculum, but obviously for a different area. You can insert it in something and then you can like use a screw mechanism to expand that area. It's a similar it's like similar theories and concepts, but just the shape is different. David says, okay, I'm back now. I see you clearly. And it's also Daredevil is a movie with Ben Affleck. Oh, that one. Yes. And Elektra was that Jennifer something, the one from Alias. Francesco says, I go to sleep. I'll see you in the next live. Bye for now. I like this video. Oh, thanks. I hope you sleep well and have a great night. Graham says, in the Old English epic Beowulf, the dragon is simply an implacable, avatar of destruction. Yeah, same with like The Hobbit with Smaug. He was also just a hoarder and like chaos. Thangman Lin says, make up more videos of you owning a bull on YouTube. Yeah, I don't do the same thing over and over again. So like if I came up with a concept, it was specifically for like Chinese New Year or something like that, I won't revisit it the same way. Like if I do a similar concept, it will still be different. It will have different people, or like this guy will cameo again later. I'm not a fan of like beating a dead horse kind of thing. I like new, fresh, innovative ideas, things that will inspire me. And doing the same thing again and again is just, yeah, it's kind of like, why would I do that? Michael says, can you try on some gloves, please? You are very beautiful. Yeah, so if you guys send me a super chat or a super sticker, I can go ahead and grab some gloves. I have a pair of white driving gloves that I have yet to feature on here, so that would be great. Randman says, word from the wicked. Not sure what you're referencing, but okay. Liana says, Miss Mara, do you speak French? I do not. I just know how to say hello, thank you, goodbye. David says, oh yeah, did you hear about Betty White? Yes, I heard it the hour of. People were on that online. Randman says, your hair looks extra long and purty. It's kind of getting to a point where, you know how I had that ASMR video where I had my pup cut my hair for the first time? It's kind of getting to that length again, and I'm just like, oh, do I need to cut it again? Because it's really, it's long. Swagnick is asking, can I be your sissy? Schedule a virtual session with me, and we could go from there. Fan says, finding the correct cage is really important. I've tried like 7 or 8 cages until I found my forever cage. What did you do with the other cages? Liam says, the Chastity is tough. On the website I checked, they said, check after a hot bath or shower until it's completely relaxed and such. But even the slightest change afterward and the size is different. Yep. Even the opposite, if it's cold, it's different too. Soul Acoustics asks, do you like to be the submissive, being hogtied while your feet are worshipped and tickled? Ew, no. No, that is not me at all. Oh, yes. Tang Min Lin says Electra was Jennifer Gardner. Yes, yeah, her. Liam says European dragons were mostly just forces of nature or just doing their thing. Asian ones were more deities, mostly representing bodies of water. Yes, that is accurate. Wait, you don't like it? If I wanted a session where I'm a dead horse and you wouldn't like to spank that? That's kind of messed up though, if you were role-playing to be a dead animal and I spank that? No, that's messed up. You'd have to be a slow horse, and then I would try to make you hurry. That would be a great cause and effect. David says, so how was Vegas? Vegas was like last October. It was fun. I did a lot of things. You could check out all of the stuff that I did on my Twitter. And I think I'll be doing a recap video on it as well, but that'll be like eventually. I'm not in a rush to do that. And I'm not posting it on this channel, so. Jacob says, can I be your chastity slave mistress? You can be in chastity with me if you go to dominamara.com. I have a chastity program, and you can also purchase my chastity collection called Lady Mara's Dragon Queen Collection, and we can go from there. Oh, you can also reserve by clicking the RSVP form and filling that out and scheduling time with me. Fan says, I kept some cages, but also thrown some of them away. I actually tried some pet play with my mistress yesterday. She put on a saddle on my back and sat on it. I love that. I love ponies. Liam says, a lazy horse. Tongue out, please. Yes. Jacob says, okay, mistress, I will be sure to check it out. Brienne says, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Graham says, I'm off to bed. Thank you, and take care, ma'am. Thanks for joining. And I hope you sleep well as well. But yeah, it's almost been an hour, you guys. Are there any other questions, comments, topics you want to talk about before I head out for the day? Thingman Lun says, you're funny and kind. Thanks. Jacob says, how does your chastity program work, by the way? Everything is detailed in paragraphs on my website, so go check it out, dominamara.com. Fan says, what is your view on Findom? Actually, if you go look, I don't know if you're new to my channel because I haven't seen your username previously, but if you go to my live stream playlist, it's the second playlist that's on my channel page here on YouTube. I have a live stream called Let's talk about finances or something like that. Let's talk finances. And I go over what my personal views are on FinDom. Brienne says, what are your plans for the day? I'm kind of relaxing today. I have a couple errands to run after I live stream, and then, you know, just taking it easy. Tomorrow, I'm going to a jazz show with a couple of friends, so I have friends playing tonight too, but it's a bit of a drive. There's always something to do in my life. I'm never bored. Swagnick says, can you call me a sissy? No, I don't call people what they want to be called, because that's not real domination. That's topping from the bottom, and that's kind of a pet peeve of mine. Thangmin Lun says, can I ask you something about regarding your clients? Yes, you can ask, but yeah, go ahead. Fan says, yeah, I'm new to your live streams. Thanks, I'll check it out. Smiley face. Nazrin says, hi. Hello. Brienne says, love jazz, blue heart. Me too. Like, okay, so when I was growing up, especially when I was in high school, I grew up on classical. Like, I learned classical music, and I learned how to, I guess just, that's how you learn piano and stuff. Like, you learn from, like, Mozart, Beethoven, and stuff like that. Schubert was my very first, like, teacher, if you will. And so jazz to me was kind of like the opposite of classical, because it was like chaotic and impromptu, and I really didn't understand it when I was in high school. However, after college and university and getting my master's, I started really appreciating other branches of music, like world music, and meditation music, like really good ones where it has layers of like binaural patterns and stuff like that. Like, I didn't know what it meant and what it did for me, and so like jazz is kind of like another aspect of things where it's like I really love how the talent of each musician comes out, and they are able to like riff off of each other like on the fly, because they know their instruments so well, or multiple instruments. Like, I love how all of these guys can play, and ladies can play, so many instruments. It's crazy, and it's awesome. Okay. Swagnick says, how to get the form for your sessions. It's on my website under RSVP. Thangmin Lun says, do you use Instagram? I do. All of my social media links are on my About tab on this YouTube channel, but it's also at Mara Domina, so I don't know. I can put that there and pin that. And you can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. Liam is asking, what about bottoming from the top? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that question at all. Brienne says, why is that a pet peeve of yours? Topping from the bottom, because people are coming to me for domination purposes. And if they're trying to tell me how to do my job, it's kind of like, why am I even here? Like, why am I trained in all of these skills when all you want me to do is like X, Y, Z, or even just X? Like, you might as well just get somebody else, like a friend of yours, to do it for you. But some people want specific dominas to do it for them and stuff like that. I just don't do that. I'm not a service top. I'm 100% into true power exchange, and that means I have all the power. Thang Min Lin says, how many people show up on your session once a day? Oh, it really depends. Like, you can't have a number. Like, it depends on the day, the month, the time of year, like, yeah. And what I need to do too. I don't just session. Like, I have errands that I want to run. I have people I want to see. I have, you know, things that I need to plan. So it's not just sessioning for me. It's a whole business. Liam says, I found a Chastity on a website from your collection, but not finding any measurements. There should be measurements in the, on the store page. Like, keep looking. It should be there. If not, ask the, if you email customer support, they'll tell you. Fan says, what is something you ever wanted to do during playtime but never had the chance to? I want to do more like fantasy role play stuff. Like, I really want to do like alien role play. I want to do like cyber role play, cyberpunk role play. Like, I want to be put in a different world, or I want to make another world. Okay. Hangman Lynn is asking, what about Facebook? I'm Goddess Mara on Facebook. That's my artist page. Liam says, you said your pet peeve was topping from the bottom, so why not bottoming from the top? I don't know what that means. Like, are you saying that, isn't that the same thing? Because if you're bottoming for somebody, but you're telling them what to do, that's still topping from the bottom. It's literally the same thing. Brienne says, that makes sense, lol. Liam says, wait, if a sub back talks, like demanding you to do something in a session, do you like it then to punish them, or do you just hate them even asking it? I tell them that they're topping from the bottom, and I give them a warning, and I say, if this continues, the session is over, because I stated it on my website, and if they use my RSVP form, I make sure that they check that, and I can usually tell if they're emailing me and messaging me if that attitude is going to come out, because it has for a couple of people, and I didn't play with them because I was like, I can't stand the way that you're talking to me right now, so even if you have the references and even if everything is good to go, I don't want to play with you. So I didn't. If they're sorry and if they're showing like genuine, like, oh, I didn't mean to kind of thing, then I'll put them in a corner or something and punish them. Or if, you know, if they're into impact, then I'll issue punishment then. But Thangman Lin's asking, don't I like Asian foods? When did I say I didn't like Asian foods? One of my favorite foods is sushi. Liam says, I guess bottoming from the top would be tying someone up and then telling them to escape and catch them. No, it wouldn't, because that's a sub. A sub is literally the person who's tied, and then if they like to escape, they can, and then you kidnap them and you're still the top. Like, that doesn't make sense. Brienne says, I appreciate that you have clear boundaries. Yes, it's important to have clear boundaries. Especially in any relationship. Soul Acoustics asks, you like jazz? Really? Why is that a surprise? Have you ever thought about doing an artistic dominant piece to an improvised cool jazz bass solo? I have not. but I'm not against that. Swagnick says, what to do next for your sessions? Depends on who books me. Leanna says, do you have or will you collaborate with Mistress Raquel Roper? I have no idea who that is. But yeah. Liam says, wait, being tied up makes you the sub. So if I say, nah, can't catch me while I tied you up, even though I'm a subby brat, I'm the dom in that situation, you wouldn't be tying me up. I don't know if you know what a sub is. Subs are not, they don't do the tying. Those are riggers. You can be a sub and a rigger, but it depends on what you've negotiated for that scene. But yes, I think this is my cue to head out for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead and like this video and share it so that others can join me in my next live streams. And yes, be safe, have fun, and keep it kinky, everyone.